Bob Loomis had an enormous head. Not just big, enormous. And it was getting bigger. Hey, Bob. What? What do you want, Frank? Can't you see I'm busy? If I don't get this project done by 5, I'm in big trouble. Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt. It's just that everyone in the office is a little concerned. About me? I'm doing the best I can. I work 70 hours a week. It's not about your work. Bob, your work is fine. It's your head. My head? Yeah, your head. It's growing. Bob Loomis had a problem. He worried all the time. He worried about his job. If I'm late for work, I'm gonna get fired. I just know it. He worried about air pollution. We're breathing in harmful particles every day that we can't even see. He worried about money. How will I ever pay the bills this month? And every time Bob worried, his head grew just a little bit more. What do you mean my head is growing? Well, it seems like every time you get worked up about something, your head inflates like a balloon. You've got to be kidding me. I need to see a mirror. I'm not sure that's... Bob ran to the men's room to look at his head in the mirror, his coworker Frank following close behind. I can't believe this. It's huge. Now, don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. Look at my head. Oh no. What's happening? As he became more and more agitated, Bob Loomis's head grew right before his eyes. Bob, you've got to calm down. My head. I know, but you have got to relax. I'm afraid that if your head grows too large, it might, What? I'd better not say. What? If your head keeps growing, it might... explode. Oh no! Bob, listen to me. Bob turned to Frank, a panicked expression on his ever-expanding face. I know something that can help you calm down, and maybe your head will go back to normal, okay? Tell me. Think about birds. What? I know it sounds strange, but close your eyes and think about a bird. Bob closed his eyes, and even though his mind was a whirl with fear and worry, he tried very hard to think about a bird. Okay. Birds don't have jobs, do they? No, they don't plant or gather crops or keep food in a bank, right? Bob imagined a bird holding a briefcase and walking into a bank. The thought was ridiculous. What does this have to do with anything? Okay, now think about a wild flower. A wild flower? Right. A flower blooming on the side of the road. Think of that. Fine. Bob imagined himself standing in a field of beautiful wildflowers stretching as far as the eye can see. Flowers don't have jobs either, do they? No, of course not. They don't make their own clothes or go shopping at the mall. Bob thought of a flower browsing for clothes at a department store, and the image made him laugh for the first time in what seemed like forever. Why are you telling me this, Frank? Open your eyes. Bob opened his eyes and he could see once again his oversized head in the mirror. Oh, look at that. Listen, Bob. Birds don't work because God provides for them. And flowers don't make their own clothes because God made them more beautiful than kings and queens. So, aren't you worth more to God than birds and flowers? Bob pondered the question, and it occurred to him that Frank was right. God did care more about him than birds and flowers, and he wasn't sure, but he might have seen his head shrink ever so slightly. Jesus said not to worry, Bob. God knows what you need. And worrying's not gonna get me anywhere. Right. The Bible says to put God's kingdom first. Do what He wants you to do, then all those things you need will be given to you. As the realization hit him, Bob Loomis's head slowly returned to its normal size. It wouldn't be the last time Bob worried, but from that moment on, whenever Bob felt like his head might explode, he remembered to think about the birds and the flowers, and he remembered how much God loved him.